my YouTube page. I'm firelotusthewitch, if you did not know. And let's talk about the most stupid discussion I've ever fucking heard on the Tickety Talk app. Now, this is not a new discussion. This has been going on for like a year to 2 years now. But let's talk about it, and the reason it just doesn't make sense, which is lemon hexes. Can you use them in a hex? So, the original discord behind this is apparently you're not supposed to use lemons and hexes due to the fact that it doesn't have any hex qualities to it. And to that, I must say, it's complete and utter bullshit. And I'm about to explain why. So, for one, anybody who is watching this, can you tell me in the comments why most flowers that grow on the sides of roads, have protected qualities? Okay, I'll give you a second. All right, I hope you paused the video to let me know that. The answer to that is due to the fact that back then, when we used to use horse and buggies, the riders and drivers of said horse and buggies realized that when they saw those flowers, it was the end of the road, aka let's not travel off of it. That is how most of the wildflowers that you can pick on the side of the roads have protected qualities. Now, perfect example of that. But in general, why are we letting people online, like random witches online, dictate what we do and do not do in our personal craft? Why do I always emphasize the word craft when I use witchcraft? It's very easy, very simple. It's a craft. You have to hone it in. But to dictate or to even put out the notion that there is this universal law about what can and cannot be used in witchcraft, sorry about that, does not make sense. And the reason that is because we're weavers of our own worlds to a degree. We're also alchemists. You are taking, say, 5 different items, you're putting them on an altar, you are individually connecting with each single object, slightly mutating their energies from 5 different objects into 1 different object and pushing that outward. Congratulations, you just did energy work, which is alchemy to a degree. But to sit there and to just think that, oh, well, you can't use a lemon in a hex because it has no hex qualities. What are hex qualities? Does it not mold? Does it not start creating and getting all mooky and yucky and ooky? Yes, it does. Therefore, boom. Citrus acid. Have you ever gotten citrus acid in a paper cut? Have you ever gotten that in your eye? What does it do? It burns. Actually, you really want to fuck somebody up, add lemons and onions because it makes you cry. Boom. That's how we need to start looking at spell work. You can literally walk outside and almost any single fucking thing you naturally find or non-naturally found or find in nature, you can use. I have used pieces from cars or brake systems that have completely broke down and is no longer safe. You can use that in the implication in magic. You have a storm system blows up and it blows one of your trees down. You can use the remaining of that tree and the impact of where that tree fell because it has psychokinetic energy left over in it. Boom. But seriously though, I have used watermelons, apricots, grapefruits, apples. I've used them all in hexes, in healing spells, love spells. You name it, I've tried using it. Does that mean it's going to successfully work? No. That's the point of witchcraft. Trial and error over and over again. The whole grimoires that everybody loves to keep, that was one of the original reasons you were supposed to keep it. Yes, there is a difference between Book of Shadows, grimoires, and yada, 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 depending on your path. But one of the reasons you were supposed to do that is because you were supposed to write your spell down, create your spell, and then wait a couple of, days, months, weeks, depending on how your practice is, and then go back to the drawing board if it didn't work, to subtract something or to add something to it to where you hone in that perfect spell. Now, do I actually keep a spell book like that? Yes and no. It gets filled in when I have a call to put something to it. Now, I do have a digital spell book where I just basically take pictures because the way that I do my witchcraft is everything is in distinct, everything is distinctive. What I mean by that is every single time I do a spell work, I'm not following books. I literally just go and grab something that calls to me, which eventually you will also get to in your practice. And when you do, holy shit, That moment where you take out all the knowledge that you've ever learned about witchcraft and just chunk that shit right out the window and start actually creating your own spells, mwah, it's literally like doing magic. Say you got the circle cast or the compass thrown, depending on what you do. And instead of reading from a book, you're speaking from your soul. You're just letting your soul speak, if you will. That is true magic. And true magic has no limitations to a degree. Um, in some weird way, are there, we'll say, guidelines to what you can and cannot do? Yeah, depending on what you're trying to do. I mean, why would you be disrespectful to an ancient being that's been worshipped or followed for hundreds of thousands of years? And while we're on this discussion, can we stop calling our deities daddy and mommy? Y'all do realize most of these deities that we were working with at some point in time in human history were feared upon to the point where they used to give blood sacrifices to them to appease them. Now, obviously, we're not stuck in that time anymore, but come on, show a little bit of fucking respect, please? Okay. But yeah, you want to use a lemon and a hex? Mwah, go use it. Who's to stop you? The most important thing when it comes to social media, whether this is YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, it doesn't fucking matter. Stop letting random strangers online dictate what you do and do not do in your practice. As long as you are not stealing from a culture. By the way, for the people who love to keep saying culture appropriating, you do realize there is like multiple definitions of cultural exchange and cultural appreciation. Okay? Another thing that I keep saying, people automatically say, or as soon as they see the term voodoo, it's closed. You do realize there are probably 20 to 30 different variants of voodoo and hoodoo. Just saying. Traditionally, yes, most voodoo practices are specifically closed and or you have to be initiated only. But Creole, there's Creole voodoo. There's Mississippi River voodoo. Just saying, if you're going to keep saying shit's closed, have the research to back that up and make sure you make those distinctions between what you're trying to say. So, yeah. But yeah, if you want to use something, go outside. Actually, here's a challenge. And if you do upload a video, please tag me in it. On any platform. Go outside. Get 5 random objects. And then sit down and come up with 5 correspondences to those objects. There's your witchy homework for today. Don't let other people dictate what you do in your magic. On top of that, please do not also get it in your head that magic comes from deities. They can assist you in your spell work, but true magic comes from within us. We conjure that energy up, not the other way around. Which is also one of the reasons I keep saying you do not have to work with a deity if you do not see fit. You can just be a witch who works with land spirits and just other things. I don't have a specific pantheon that I work with, depending on the workings or depending on who I feel called to. Boom. Actually, just the other day, Ace, one of my cats, decided to bring Bast. I hope I said that right. Into my practice. So yeah, I'll be working with an Egyptian goddess, very soon. So that's new to me. But yeah, also, if you did not have the energy to do anything last night, which is the 31st, October the 31st, today is November the 1st, it's okay. Depending on the date and the research you do, theoretically, the Samhain celebration is not just on the 31st. It literally goes to the 8th, the 9th, or the 10th, or the 11th in November. Specifically, I believe it has to do with the new moon in October versus the new moon in November of the traditional Samhain festival. So yeah, the veil is still thin. Trust me on that one. And as always, ancestors understand, and gods and goddesses understand that we're in some meat suits that are not all there sometimes. We got lots of mental shenanigans going on. But yeah, I wanted to make this quick video. If you do like this video, like it or dislike it, fuck, I don't care. It still, shows the algorithm that people viewed my video. Share it to a group. I know a lot of people need to hear this, so share it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my page. What are you doing? Also, I am still offering the $10 Oracle readings via email. That gets you 1 to 2 to possibly 3 questions, depending on the questions. And I'm also open back up for custom spell work. You can find my email listed below, along with my link tree. That link tree will take you to all other things that I do online. So if you want to follow me on all other platforms, you totally can. And if you just want to send me an email asking about magical question or magical advice, that is what I'm here for. I do mentoring and teaching through that, and through content. So yeah, like I said, the email to that is listed below. The $10 Oracle sale, which gets you a full reading, is going all the way until the end of this year. So there's no rush. So just mark it in your calendar if you want. If you want to go ahead and pre-schedule one of those, you totally can too. I do have to say though, when it comes to the readings or custom spell work, it may take anywhere from 1 to 3 days for me to actually get to you and respond to it. But yeah, until then, I hope you like this video. I hope you're all having a great Samhain or Day of the Dead festival, depending on what you celebrate. And in general, I love you all. Never let somebody take away your magic. Never let somebody dictate how you feel. And be fucking magical. Yeah. Until then, I'll talk to you later.